No,
Yeah.
no, we're good.
You have another question, Anthony? You've been asking me questions for like, we're actually live now.
Woo-hoo.
Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara coming to you live from downtown Bethpage, Long Island, with a good friend of mine, mentor, best-selling author, and world-class body trainer. You wouldn't know it by, well, maybe you would. I don't know. But yeah, you can't take your shirt off here, Anthony. This is Anthony, the Hitman Comacho. How's it going, Mr. Hitman? Oh, you got
Hey,
your
how you doing, my
Batman
friend
mug.
Joe?
I got a better
I
one.
got my Batman mug. You got a New York mug there?
Right there.
Grandpa, yay! That's the greatest superhero right there is Grandpa.
Yep. Bad grandpa.
Grandpa's the
Bad
greatest
grandpa.
superhero, that's for sure.
Yeah, mine too. So how are you, my friend? Where are you from? You're
I
in California, right?
Yeah, I'm live from beautiful Southern California. All nice and sunny out here today. Yesterday it was rainy, cats and dogs. Today it's nice and sunny. So I can't do the math on that. I have no idea. It's like a emotional, ever changing emotion here in California with the
It's
weather.
kind of boring. It's kind of boring to me, to be honest with you. But our friend Jeff Wolf is just popped in and said hi. How's it going, Jeffrey? I was
Hey Jeff, how you
mentioning
doing,
you
brother?
in a Facebook post the other day about who is it? Marianne Amon is going skydiving. You gotta. She's only taking women. You got. It's one of those women's retreats, so I can't go. But I mentioned you as Jeff does these executive excursions, like life threatening, exciting stuff. It's not like writing a book, Anthony. And I know that for me, selling a book is awesome. I have my first. I only got one royalty check so far. I know that you've gotten a bunch of them because I do the accounting for our publisher. So tell us about, I want to talk to you about a lot of things. Most importantly, about how you get your abs the way they are, because now, and I think Jeff knows this. The world, anybody on Facebook should know that I'm doing the 75 hard thing, and I got the weight thing down, but I'm like, well, I still got a little bit of I still have a gut. How do you do it? And then tell us how you sell books at the same time.
Anything for you, my good friend Joe. Anything for you, brother. Hey, it's always a pleasure to be on this show. I love your energy. I love the connection that we have, and we just always have a good time. So I just want to have a good time for all your listeners out there because I think we got a good synergy, Joe. So how do you get the six pack? That's the question.
Well, I think,
Start yourself.
I'll
Start
answer
yourself.
my own question. I think it's basic uh, determination, all the things you need to be a good entrepreneur. It's the same stuff that made you a best-selling author. I forget, what did you write? 6 books?
Correct. Got six
Okay.
publications.
You're like, yeah. I don't know if I can be like you. I mean, it's my time is probably but I just want to do the kind of stuff that you do because you're successful. In addition to being the hitman of sales. So how do you do it? What's the formula?
The formula is being very honest where you're at. Okay. So you have to know exactly where you're at. So we're going to use this in business and sales and with physical fitness. We'll combo them up, right? So where are you at in your current state physically? Where are you at in your current state with your business? And sometimes you have to go outside of yourself. I can't stress enough how important it is to get a good coach. Why? Why would I say that? Well, here's the thing. Individuals have so much amazing, great stuff in their head and in their heart, and it's hard to pull it out sometimes. the person on the outside looking in is going to give you that opportunity. Obviously, if they're good coaches and whatever field you're going to be, whether you're getting a personal trainer or you're getting a good sales coach, they're going to pull all that good stuff out of you and help you apply it in real time. Then they're also going to tell you where you're not doing so well. You're not doing so hot, right? So it could be on the physical fitness side. It's maybe you're not eating correctly. Maybe you're not working out enough. There's a ratio of the right types of food, the right amount of cardio.
I think you froze there, but I think what you're saying. Okay, you unfroze. When you were counting the right kind of cardio. I think I know what you were going to say. I was going to fill in the blanks, but go ahead.
Yeah. So those three things are: what is your current state, how as far as fitness is going? The combination is, what do you eat? What is your cardio? And then your actual strength training, the weights, right? So you need a good combination of all three of those. And you need a good coach to be able to tell you what it is you need to do for whatever your goals are, right? Whatever you're trying to attain. Same thing in
Okay.
sales and in business. What is your current state? How many deals are coming in every month?
So
What are you doing to attain new deals? What are you doing to follow up? Do you spend a
believe
lot
it
of
or not,
time procrastinating? I should be doing this, but I'm not doing this. I should be making the call, but I'm not making the call. Really, it's about people don't get the result they want in life because they're stuck in their head, right?
well,
They're
are you
stuck in their head.
saying that you need somebody else to look inside, like from the outside, just like a baseball coach? I used to love, I still love baseball. You could see, well, you can't see my New York thing up here, but anyway, I love trying to teach kids how to hit, and it's because, you're just able to see them swinging, right? And you see, like, are they
Yeah.
doing this right, or that? But it's the same strategy. It's like you're gonna, like, almost see the talent and in me that I don't see, and pull it out, right?
The
Does that
reason
sound?
why that would make you a good coach, Joe, is because you know what you're doing and you've had success doing it, right?
Well, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying that, a coach can see things about you that you don't see. Whether it's,
Correct.
it's the good stuff and the bad stuff, but you need somebody else to help you make that assessment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because if
Okay.
if we knew how to do it all, if we knew how to do it, then we'd be doing it, right? And that's
There'd be no
something that
coaches.
everyone needs to be honest with themselves and ask them. If if you had a successful business or you don't have a successful business, it's because you just don't know how to do it. So what do? You have to go outside yourself and go hire a coach, get a trainer, someone that has the success and the results that you want. The other part is you have to be coachable. That's the other part. A lot of part is, you know, uh, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hire a coach, but yet I'm not going to do what they asked me to do. So how does that work? Right? It doesn't. It doesn't work. So not only do you have to be honest with yourself about what you want in either your health, what you want for your business, you also have to be coachable and be willing to take the direction, be willing to take the accountability, be willing to take uh, just basically be disciplined enough to go ahead and take those steps forward. And that's why a lot of people stay the same in their physical state. They'll stay the same in their professional state with their business. Why? Because sometimes people are just happy with what they're comfortable with.
Well,
And a lot of times people don't like to be stretched, right? So when you're being stretched
it's
out of your comfort zone and you're being told, hey, you need to fix this hole, that hole, this hole, that hole, you need to fix all these different little things, then you're going to be able to say, okay, cool. How do I do it?
so
How can we execute
that
it?
That's
And
a
that's how you
great
get those
point. That
results.
you have to be coachable, and that's why I think 95% of the people out there, they're just not coachable. It's always 5%. I learned that a long time ago. 1 out of 20. Okay, and I remember you did some sales training in our mastermind group, and
Yeah.
you know, you said a lot of this stuff, but it's almost like I could attribute this to accounting, believe it or not, because you got to have a balance sheet. I tell people, like, you got to know where you stand, right? So you're saying even emotionally and physically, right, and health wise, you got to say, okay, this is, and I'm doing this with 75 hard. I'm keeping, you know, my weight, BMI. I'm taking, you know, I don't even know what this stuff means. I'm just like, somebody's telling me it's good. So, yeah, you know, and this is where I guess I need a coach, right? I'm like, okay, what does that mean? It's how good is it? You know, I'm going to the gym. I'm like, okay, I'll try this machine. I have no direction right now. So what do I do?
So, Joe, I would say you got to get a coach. So, go ahead and look for a trainer in the physical fitness aspect that has the results that you want. Maybe talk to
Okay.
some of the people that they've trained in the past and say, hey,
So
how's this coach? Is he good? How's this trainer? You know, how does it work? You know, do you get the results? It's all about the results. And if you can provide results, people will pay for results, right? So, you have to find somebody, a coach, and whatever it is, whether it's a sales coach, whether it's a business coach, whether it's a physical fitness trainer that you feel
so
comfortable with, that you gel with, and it's that where you're going to be able to take that direction, you know. And
this is
that's
important.
you know, I've been working out easily for 20 years and
Wow.
doing different things 6 days a week, but I've never gotten the six pack. Never did I get the six pack over 20 years. Why? Wasn't eating properly, wasn't doing the correct exercises. And once I had my trainer give me those things, now I got them. Now I have the result.
Okay, so you're making a lot of excellent points. I just want to go back. You know, the first thing that you said, I want to go back and review. You said you got to take like an assessment of where you stand, right? You got to look at what, you know,
Correct.
what's your weight, and then you got to look at what do you want to get, right? Isn't that like you got to like I know that I said, you know, I never even tried to get a six pack. Not that I don't want one, but I said now I got my weight down. I'm at my high school weight, believe it or not. I have to put on a few. I have to put a few pounds back on, and I'm like, wow, what's the next thing is, well, now I got to do the six pack thing. There's no more excuses, and you know, but that's how it happens, isn't it? It's like you start out with this, and you. So now I have a vision of me with a six pack. Now I got to do the vision board and all that stuff, right? So I start out. I was like 4 years ago. I was 190. I got down to 145. Uh, and now I'm like, okay, I reached that goal. What's the next one? Uh, but I'm at the point now where you pointed out I really need a coach if I want to take that next step. And to be honest with you, I had a coach that told me to do 75 hard. That's how I got my weight down. Right. So that's another point you made. And then what was the next one? Uh
So, Joe,
shoot.
is it okay if I contribute to, you know, where you're at as far as wanting to get the six pack? So, a lot of people think it's about how much you weigh, right? That's not always the case. In order to get that six pack, you need to be at a certain body fat percentage.
Okay.
So, and everyone's a little bit different. So people can start seeing a six pack maybe like at 12 to 15%, just depending on
Wow.
your genetics. But some people, you have to get to that 10% to see the six pack, right? So
Yeah.
the range, a professional athlete is about 12% body fat, right? 12 to 15% body fat. That's a professional athlete. The average male in the United States is about 25% body fat, believe it or not.
Oh,
That's what the
yeah,
average
I
male
believe
is in
it.
America.
23.
So in order to get that six pack, not only do you have to lower your body fat percentage to 10, 12%, and again, it just depends on your genetics, you have to do a regimen. So I work out on my abs. So right now I'm resting at single digit body fat. So I'm
Wow.
at 7.5%
Are
body
you
fat right now,
serious?
more or less.
Yeah, but you've been working on it
Yeah.
for 20
So I do
years.
this thing called an in body, and basically it does your body fat percentage, and you could see it's at 7.5%
Wow.
right there.
You're
But
making that up.
in addition to that, yeah, you got to go get you got to do the assessment with everything in your life that you want an improvement on, with your business, with your sales, with your health. You have to see where you're at, and sometimes you don't want to see that, maybe because it's going to hurt. Maybe you're not going to like what you see, but that information should shock you and should make you want to make a change in your life, in your business, So in addition to having that low body fat percentage, I work out on my abs 6 days a week. I'll do 4 sets of 50 Russian twists. You guys can Google that if you don't know.
I know
I do
what that
4
is,
sets
actually.
of okay, cool. See, I do 4 sets of 25 pull downs where you grab the rope and you do some the crunches. I'll do 4 sets of 20 with the little wheel. You go back and forth, 4 sets of 20 of that.
Yeah, I see that.
And then
machine.
there's this thing called the Roman bench where you kind of like hook your feet in and you like lean back, do another 4 sets of 25. So typically, when you get your low body fat percentage, I mean, you could do the abs before that because the abs will pop more when your body fat goes less. I mean, we all have abs. It's just you can't see them because of the body fat. But your abs are just like any other muscle. Their abs are not just going to mysteriously appear, magically appear. You actually have to work them out just like any other body part. So
I realize that
do 4 or 5 different ab exercises, 6 days a week. You're putting yourself in a very, very favorable position to get your abs.
It has to happen. It's just like the laws of attraction. If you do it, but you got to do it. So our friend Jeff said, oh, this is great. I forgot this about here. Where there is no measurement.
Absolutely, yeah. Where there is no measurement, there could be no improvement.
Yeah, and we covered that today in our workshop. We call them KPIs, right? Key performance indicators. Yeah. You might not call them that, but that's what you have there. And I have them on my phone. I'm using this phone app. But where did you get that? That was from like a gym or something? That assessment that you held up.
So the assessment, my trainer gives me this assessment. So my trainer gives me this.
So you have that makes sense.
It's part of his process.
Okay, so you have a coach.
Kind of like this. Yeah, I do have a coach. Yeah, I have.
So this is
personal trainer.
Can I just make a point here? I said in the beginning, I said you're successful at your body training, weight training. You're a best-selling author. You got a beautiful wife. You got a great business. And I said everything is, you probably do the same stuff that all the other successful people in the world. I mean, you do it, from your talent and experience. Like I could never be a weight trainer, but all of these things, these are universal laws. Would you agree?
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. This transcends into every aspect of your life.
I don't know if anybody ever told you this, but you're really good at teaching it and explaining it, because like I know exactly some of the things I got to do now, which is one of the tricks that I have. If you want a little secret, all you got to do if you want to get coached is start a podcast and interview the people that you want to coach you. So,
oh, it's brilliant.
We're gonna have Jeff Wolf on next. But no,
it's brilliant.
You're sharing important information, and I hope and I don't forget this. People are going to want to reach out to you. and find out. I don't know if you do coaching. I don't. I know that you do sales training. But anyway, what's the next tidbit that you can give us?
The next tip I can give you is you want to make more money, you want to get a raise in your business. This is what you got to do. You got to reverse engineer that bad boy. Take a look at what your monthly income is, all right, and see what did it take to get to that dollar amount. So if you're making $10,000-$12,000 a month, okay, how did I get there? I sold five products, right, to get $15,000, $3,000 a piece, right? So you got to reverse engineer even a little bit more. How many appointments did I have to set to get to those 5 sales? Then you got to reverse engineer a little bit more. How many follow-up calls did I have to do to get those appointments? Then reverse engineer a little bit more. How much prospecting did I have to do to get to those appointments, to get to the follow-up? So a lot of people need to sit down sometimes with a sales coach, with a business coach, say, hey, look, this is how much I'm making every month. Okay. I want to make more money. What do I do? Of course, everyone has an idea what to do, right? Everyone knows if you want to get in shape, you have to eat a little healthier, you got to exercise a little bit more. But what specifically needs to be done?
Okay,
Right?
hold
So
on a second. Now you got my attention, because it's almost like, do you want to breathe? Everybody wants to breathe, right? And you got the air. Who doesn't? Well, I
yeah.
shouldn't even say that, but most people want to make more money, right? And now you're going to give us the specific steps on how you do it, right?
Yeah. So I sit down with an
Okay.
entrepreneur, I sit down with a Fortune 500 company, and we take a look at their financials. We took a look at their sales, right? What products bring in this type of revenue? What products are fast moving sellers? What products are your big home runs that you're going to have a greater, commission or a greater paycheck? Which ones do you see penetrate the market better? All of these things need to be analyzed and taken a look at. But I would say the number one thing is bringing in new leads. That is the lifeline to any business. I don't care what you say. I don't care if anyone argues that point. If there's
Not
nobody
me.
to sell to, if there's no one to sell your product, program, or service to, you have no business. So guess what? You have to go out and talk to more than 1 or 2 people a day. You have to go out and talk to more than 10 people a week. So you have to
Okay,
figure
so
out what your closing ratio is off of your prospect list.
what you're saying, I could identify with this, because it sounds like what you're talking about would this be like a sales funnel, or could be, because you're like, okay, because I understand what a sales funnel is. If I get 10,000 people in my sales funnel, and this, I reverse engineered it. I just want one client that's going to pay me $500 a month. And it's like, I got to get 10,000 people in my sales funnel. That's a lot of people. So how do I do that? And then I just, those 10,000, maybe they get a free download, and I'm down to 3,000, right? And then until you get that last prospect that buys your product. Is that
So yeah, you have to
so?
create different mediums to create that hook, to
How do you
create that
do
hook
that?
to opt into having a conversation with you, and
How?
use whatever medium is possible. So what are the mediums that we use to create prospects? We use
It's
email campaigns, we use the phone, we use referrals, we use in person. Now we're using Zoom. So a lot of people like to cut their nose off to spite their face. Oh, I don't like doing phone calls. Well, just cut off that revenue stream. Well, I don't like sending out emails. Oh, okay, let's cut that revenue stream off too. I was working with a salesperson, and they're saying that they only want to text. I'm like, nothing wrong with texting. I like texting. In fact, a text message has a higher open rate than an email by far, right? I said, but why would you want to cut your revenue like that? You got to remember, what are the revenue streams? The revenue streams are the multiple touch points that you use to put people in
So
the funnel. So what are
how
those
do you
multiple revenues?
do
Social
you
media, email, text message, all of those things to touch people and to be able to create a prospect. That's what everyone
okay.
needs to be comfortable with, getting comfortable with everything, phone calls, emails,
So
you name it,
let me
get
ask
comfortable
you
with it.
let me ask you a couple of questions. To me,
Sure.
there's it's a ball of confusion. There's too many things because I tried doing a lot of them. You know, nobody said, "Oh, do all of these," and now there's even more. It's so. How do you actually like sit down and like I'm a flowchart guy. I'll actually put it on. I'll put it on a spreadsheet. First, I'll actually put them on post-its, and I'll lay out. Okay, this is the first thing. For me to get 10,000 people, I got to have. What do I need? This is what you're saying. What medium? I got to have a landing page, right? Well, how are they going to get to the
Yep.
landing page? Maybe I do a webinar. I do a YouTube ad, right? And I'm like, okay,
You
so
do a
now I
live
got people.
workshop.
Okay, okay, I got it. So you actually
You do a
map
live
it, and
workshop.
is this what you do with clients when you do
So
sales
so
training?
so I sit down with the client, you know, especially with entrepreneurs, we all have to be honest with ourselves of what our gifts and talents are. Some of us may not be good on the phone. Okay. So I highly recommend that you try to sharpen your skills on the phone. But guess what? If you're an entrepreneur, sublet it out. Sublet some of these things out. So if you don't like making phone calls, create a call center. You don't like doing email campaigns, have someone do your email campaigns. The point is utilize all of those touch points to create people engagement coming to the funnel. And you know what? You
Okay,
shouldn't be doing everything. You shouldn't be doing everything. You should have a team of people to help you do those multiple things to get people into your business in front of you. If there's things that you like to do, say you're a phone guy, Joe, you can chop it up on the phone really well. Then guess what? Use your strength and your
okay.
weakness, sublet it out.
I have one question, and then what I like to do is invite you back because what I'd like to do is start at the end. I want you to teach us, is take us through the closing process. I want to know once I get, you know, those 10,000 people in there, and now I got 5 people to talk to see which one is going to buy my $500 product. How do I close them? We'll talk about that on the next podcast. Okay.
Sounds good.
Uh, my question now, shoot, I forgot my question. What were you talking about the right before this? Uh, okay, I'll remember it. In the meantime,
We're talking about reverse engineering. We're talking about revenue streams of pulling prospects. People don't look at getting prospects in as a revenue stream. Getting in front of people and connecting with people
oh,
about
oh,
your business is a huge revenue stream.
I remember my question now because you were
All right,
saying,
good.
okay, if you don't like take, you're not good on the phone. If you're not good at this, but at some point, because now this is huge for me because this is where we are with our business with Bedrock. At some point, don't you have to be a salesman? I mean, in the end, I mean, I don't sell. I'm not a salesperson, but I still got to talk to people, and I got to sell them. I got to let them know that Bedrock is where they should be doing their business. So don't doesn't I feel like every entrepreneur needs to have some kind of sales training. Would that be accurate?
I would say it's accurate only because, you know, people, not all people, but there's a stigma around salespeople, right? Oh, I don't like salespeople. They're pushy, they're sleazy, they're manipulative, you know. And there are people that sell that way, and that's more of an old school type of selling,
Yeah.
you know. But in today's age, whether you like, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in a business, you are in sales whether you like it or not. The difference is how you frame it in your mind, right? So obviously, like I said, majority of people say, oh, salespeople are just, oh, they're just bad, you know, they're just manipulative. When I work with salespeople, I tell them, because I have to frame it differently for them. So I have to tell them we're going to do something called new age selling. Okay, new age selling. What does that mean? That means that, and this is sales, but we're just framing it differently. What that means is that I'm going to gather some information from you, Joe, of what's important to you, where you're currently at, and what you want to achieve. Okay. Now, based on that information, I'm going to go back into my wheelhouse of products, programs, or services, whatever I got, and I'm going to match them up with what you said. And it is my job to give you as much information as possible so you can make the best decision for you. And that is what new age selling is all it is we are information specialists, so to speak.
Okay.
I'm not here to sell
I
you.
get that.
I'm here to give you the goods. Whether you want to buy them or not, it's completely up to you, but it's my job to share with you every single little thing that we offer.
My friend John Limbacher says if you do your marketing right, sales are superfluous. And that's what like happens with us. I get people that want to talk to me about their business and I just tell them what the same conversation I've had thousands of times. This is what we can do because it's all about organizing their finances and then it's, do we want to work together, right? I'm not pitching. I don't even know how to pitch. I have our marketing. That's our pitch. So I think we're doing the right thing, and you always do the right thing. I want to definitely. We're going to be, partnering together on a couple of different things. I'm looking forward to that. And how do people get in touch with you? How do they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Anthony Comacho. You can find me on LinkedIn, Anthony Comacho. You can find me on Instagram, Anthony Comacho. And obviously, thank you so much for putting the plug in for my books. But if you wanted to pick a
Amazon.
little bit of my brain, you can go into Amazon and type in Anthony Camacho into the search bar, and you'll see my books come up. And my recently published book, which made international bestseller, was on cold calling, which is, another dirty
That's,
word. I don't want to cold call.
you
I don't
know,
want to do this, and
what
it's
do
like
they say?
you got to get
I
out there
heard
and do it.
I
People need to
heard
know your
that
name, whether they do business with you or not.
I heard that bell bottoms came back again a couple of years ago. I didn't see people wearing them, but it cold calling. I did that 40 years ago. And now it's because nobody else is doing it, just like direct mail. Nobody else does it. So it's all coming back again. And that phone call,
Yeah.
listen, people are so used to that. We're all bombarded with email and even text messages. For somebody to call, I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting a call. I can actually talk to somebody. It's so much better than email or, that it's just good. So I've read 3 of your books so far. How many more do you have?
Well, there's 6 right now, and I'm working on a seventh book, as we speak. You
Okay, I
know.
have to catch up to you. All right. All right, Mr. Hitman. Thank you so much.
Hey,
That's our
thank you, Joe.
story. We're sticking with it. And just so you know, I usually I have my shirt on with my suspenders, and I got back from my second 45 hard workout, 75 hard workout today. And I said, I'm
Yeah,
not
baby.
gonna put Anthony off. This is important. So Tomorrow, yeah, 70's over. Tomorrow's 71. And then we start working on the abs, Anthony. I'll be in touch.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
I'll give you a regimen, Joe. I got
Okay.
your cell number. I'll give you a regimen and what to start off with, and you're gonna feel really good about the results at the end of it.
Okay. From your mouth to God's ears. So, all right. Good night, everybody. God bless. Thank you, Anthony.
Good night,
Thank you,
everybody.
Jeffrey Wolf. I'll be in touch with you.